Hello my beautiful light brights. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Neon Noire. I'm a half Italian, half Canadian drag queen living in Belgium. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers by the end of this series, so it would really mean a lot to me. Today we are playing my favorite game, FAB or Drab, where we rate the looks of Drag Race Italia Season 3, Episode 7, and let you know if they are fab and fabulous or drab and awful. So without further ado, let's get into it! So this week's runway theme is Shine Bright Like a Diamond, where queens must give us their best interpretation of shiny, mirrory, diamondy experiences. So we're gonna expect a lot of reflective glamour in this one. So first up, we have La Sheeva, and La Sheeva is coming in this gold armor-esque attire. She said she is giving you a little bit Terry Mugler and a little bit Beyonce. Honestly, I don't know the references, but she looks stunning. I interpret it more of like a Scandinavian god with the headpiece. It's giving me a little bit Thor, but she is reflective from head to toe. She's got all of the diamonds, all of the jewels. She took this like armor-esque fighter attitude and really brought the glamour to it. She looks like a princess warrior. She looks fierce and fabulous. She's breathtaking, and I wouldn't change a thing. And that is why for La Sheeva, I have to go with a FAB. Next up, we have Melissa Bianchini. Melissa Bianchini comes around the corner wearing the biggest feather cape, jacket, whatever you want to call it, and she is all covered up. You just see her head coming out with the tallest of feathers, and she looks already expensive, and we don't even know what's underneath it. She takes off her outfit only to reveal the littlest, tiniest baby bodysuit filled with gems. She said she is giving you Moulin Rouge, and honey, I see it. Although she's wearing very little outfit, you can see that she thought about it. Although it looks like she's wearing very little outfit, if you look closely, you'll see that she's actually wearing a full bodysuit covered in rhinestones. She's got the additional outfit on top of it that gives you more of that diamond feeling. From head up, she is diamond encrusted, and from down, she's giving you toxic Britney Spears bodysuit. Honestly, she looks stunning. Her body looks banging, and damn, is she turning it up for this runway. So yet again, for another week from Melissa Bianchini, it is a FAB from me. Next up is Silvana della Magliana, and she is coming in a Studio 54 inspired gold dress and the big poofy hair coming straight out of the 70s, 80s. Honestly, this is the best Silvana has looked. She looks young, she looks youthful, she looks like she came up with a concept, and I am so happy to finally see that on episode 7. Now let's talk about the look. The look itself is very simple. It is just a plain gold dress. I do see the shine part of it. I don't see the diamond part of it. It honestly looks like you could buy it in store. It doesn't look custom made. On top of it, if you look closely, it doesn't even touch the floor, which is a big faux pas when you're doing a runway. Now, when you are performing, you might want to make sure that it's a little bit shorter so you can actually move in it. But this is a runway of Drag Race Italia. It's got to be perfection. Overall, it's not the best fit. It's not the best interpretation. It is quite So yet again, for Silvana, I have to go with a Drab. Next up is La Prada, and La Prada is coming in this white iridescent dress. She is holding the Diamond of Italy, which to me kind of looks like this homage giving a flag or something of that nature. I actually don't know the reference, so if you know, go ahead and leave a comment. I think it is quite interesting, and I'm like, it got me curious as to what was gonna happen. So I love the moment she was creating. She then goes to the end of the runway and turns it into a bag, and I feel like that was a flop. I was waiting for it to be like a much more heartfelt moment, and it kind of felt like she just threw that away. But enough about how she sold it. Let's talk about the outfit. The outfit itself, I actually do like. So yes, it is a simple a white iridescent dress, but it fits her very well. And I think that this fabric is very interesting for the runway, but you have to do more since this is Drag Race. That's why I really loved this diamond encrusted flag that she was holding. The one thing that I really don't like is her hair with this. I wish she really would have went with an updo and then also crystallized the whole updo to give us more of that diamond, because I feel like it's really missing, similar to Silvana. So even though I like the concept and where she was going with it, I feel like she didn't get there and it still feels a little bit unfinished to me. And that is why for La Prada, I have to go with a drab. Next up, it's Sypario. And Sypario is coming in this reflective fringe outfit. It's got huge movement to it. It dazzles. It is very theater. It is very Sypario. When she came out, I was like, cool, awesome. But then I was like, it's not enough. Personally, it's not enough. We've seen a whole bunch of this done. It doesn't look that original, that unique. She gets to the end of the runway only to find out that it is actually a reveal, and she's got a second suit underneath in these like bell bottoms filled with stars, silver attire. And I love that she did this reveal. It definitely needed it to take it to the next level for Drag Race Italia. Sypario is a smart queen and she showed it by doing this look. For Sypario, the one thing I will say is the hair. She again is doing like this no hair, flat hair thing. I get that it is jewels, but honestly, I think for this outfit, a really big hair filled with diamonds and stuff would have really gone an extra mile and given us something. Sypario is a larger queen, and therefore I think that bigger hair looks better on a larger queen. Otherwise, her head looks too small for her body. All in all, whether she had the big hair or not, I still think she looks good. So for Sypario, it is definitely a fab. Next up, it's Lina Galore, and Lina Galore turns the corner in this blue velvet catsuit with diamonds in the center, with this big feather headpiece and this big feathered train. She said she is giving you 1960s Queen of the Elephant, Moira Faye. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know the reference, but damn, does she look good and does she look expensive. This runway was like, wow. Now, the one thing I will say is that although she looks so amazing and so expensive, and you can see that she thought of every detail, and I love that she had a reference, even if I don't get the reference. My issue with it is it giving me shine like a diamond? And the answer is no. I honestly would have saw this and I would have saw showgirl, I would have saw feathers, but diamond would not be the first thing that I would have thought of when seeing this outfit. That being said, I always say if you're not going to follow a theme, you better look good doing it. And Lina Galore definitely looks good in this. So even though she's not following the theme, I am going to give her a fab just because it is perfection from head to toe. And Lina Galore is coming for people's money. She started off as a sleeper, but man, is this girl coming out and is becoming a real contender for the crown. Next up, it's Leila Yarn, and Leila Yarn is also giving us like this showgirl fantasy in this bustier that is filled with diamonds and gemstones. She's got this black wig with rhinestones, and she looks good and she looks expensive. I love that she took the diamonds all the way up to the hair to really give us that little extra something. The outfit itself is gorgeous. It is a little bit small. Now I say that because she is coming out one of the last queens. Had she come out first, I would have said, oh, she is perfect. But once you see outfits like Lina Galore's, Sypario's, and Melissa Bianchini, who have all these like reveals and big moments, this one just feels small in comparison. Does she look great? Yes. And that is why, even though it doesn't necessarily measure up to everybody else's, it's still really, really good. And that's why it's going to be a fab. Whew. Y'all, that was this week's runway. Weren't they great? So, you're probably wondering who had my drab of the week. Well, my drab of the week has to go to Silvana della Magliana. Girl, I don't know what this queen is still doing in the competition. Week after week, she is just not hitting the runways, and there's some amazing queens that went home. I'm so disappointed with this one yet again. So sorry, babes. But enough about the negative. Let's talk about the positive. Who had my fab of the week? Actually, this week was quite difficult because a lot of pretty great outfits. But personally, I'm going to go with La Sheeva. I just loved the whole thing. It was a little bit edgy, it was a little bit glamour, it was a little bit god-esque, and it was cool and something I'd want for myself. So that is why I'm giving my fab of the week to La Sheeva. Whew! And that is it for this week's episode, y'all. Do you agree or disagree with my thoughts? Well, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I do read all of them and respond to some of them. And while you're there, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Once again, my name is Neon Noire, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.